my family and I, we don't have a lot of family traditions, but we do pray before every meal. We just want to take the few extra seconds to thank God for everything we have and everything He has provided for us. Who am I? I am kind. I take pride in how I treat others. I treat others as nicely as I possibly can, or at least I try my best. Even if people aren't so nice to me, I try to stay civil and be a good person when they aren't being a good person back to me. I have this trait from my older sister, Chelsea. She is kind to everyone, even when they aren't being kind back. She really inspires me to be as kind as I possibly can. I am hardworking. I have always been a hardworking girl, especially with the things that I am very passionate about, especially volleyball and working. I get this from my dad because he has worked for everything he's gotten. He's been working for his own company ever since he was 34 years old, and he worked and got experience from a company when he was down in Florida from 29 to 33. He started his own company, Fox Carpentry, in 1993 and has worked on some of the biggest and most important buildings in Indianapolis, the Symphony Orchestra and Salesforce, for example. I am responsible. I have never been late to school, work, sports, or hobbies. I get this from my mom because she would always have me take responsibility for my actions and make sure that I would learn from them and not make the same mistakes twice. She made sure I was responsible and it got me to where I am today. Funny. I am funny, or at least I would hope I am. It makes me happy knowing that I can make people laugh and make them feel better just being who I am. It's probably my favorite quality about myself, is knowing that I can change someone's mood into a better mood. I get this from my dad. He's always been able to make anyone laugh anytime. I am loyal. Loyalty is a very big part of my life. Loyalty to me is also being reliable, and you aren't going to switch up on someone for no reason. I think that if I could pick one word to describe myself, it would be loyal. I will stand by you until you give me a reason not to. I get this from my older sister, Chelsea. She is the most loyal person I know. She has stood by more people that didn't deserve her than I can think of. My dad is the most hardworking man I know. He has wanted me to be the best version of myself that I possibly can be since day one. He makes sure that I'm a good kid and that I do the right things. He helps me realize that not everything comes easily, and definitely anything that comes easily isn't worth having. He's a strong and encouraging man that can make me smile anytime. I love him a lot, and he loves me too. My mom is a very passionate and loyal person. She can make you feel better and have you being your best self possible. We get along well sometimes, and then other times not so well. She can help you with anything you need, and she will be there through it. She's always there if you need a good laugh too, but her sarcasm can be a little deceiving. I love her a lot though, so what can I say? Two joyful times is when I became a lifeguard in the summer of 2018. I decided to get a job. I had a couple of older friends that had worked at Ellenberger Park as a lifeguard. They told me it was a lot of fun and that I should apply. I applied, got an interview, and right after that they gave me paperwork and signed me up for training. That practically means I got the job. I was excited for training to finally start. I remembered that training, it was very hard, but I'm glad I stuck it out, and I'm glad I did because I made some of the best friends. Another joyful time is when we won sectionals. My senior year was definitely a great year for volleyball for me. My team went undefeated in conference and won sectionals. It was a pretty successful year. It was also a lot of fun playing volleyball with the people that I've played with since grade school and different people that I never met before. It was a great year to end my volleyball at Cecina on. It was a hard fight over Triton Central, but we did it. We beat them 3-1. It was a fun and amazing way to end the volleyball season. One painful time is when we had to put my dog down. It was my junior year of high school, and we had to put my dog down the day before my birthday. It was rough. I couldn't even be happy on my birthday because of it. My mom wouldn't let my sister and I take off of school or at least go in late that day. She thought it was the best for us. It was a rough day, but I had my friends beside me supporting me and cheering me up. They made it a lot better. For my future, I intend on going to school for cosmetology. I love making people smile and making them feel confident in how they are. I think I can bring the kingdom of God in my work by making people feel good and making them feel confident in the way they look. Showing them that you don't need to change yourself or do a full face of makeup every time you go out. Everyone is perfect in their own way. Everyone is made in the image of likeness in God, and I want to be able to make them feel confident about that. I'm not entirely sure how religion will play a role in my life through work, but I will make sure that I do not work on Sunday so that I can keep the Lord's Day. I will also try to reason with my customers if what they want is really over the top. I want my life to be as normal as it can be when it comes to a job like this. I want my customers to be able to feel safe walking into my place. I don't want my kids to think that they can run around with scissors just because I do. It's kind of a mess, but it's an organized mess. I hope that I am married by this time. I don't want kids so early on because I want to be able to travel the world before I settle down and buy a house big enough for a family. I also want my family to be baptized Catholics. I will carry on the tradition of praying before we eat and gathered around the Christmas tree for the angel and the star on top. Three song lyrics that stuck out to me was "We Don't Always Say What We Mean, That's the Life of an American Teen" by Khalid. I just think it's very accurate, and us as teenagers, we go through a lot and we're trying to figure out who we are and what we want to do. And then another one is "There's a Part of Me That I Can't Get Back, A Little Girl Grew Up Too Fast" by Demi Lovato. And I think that this is a really great quote and lyric because there's a lot of things that I wish that I could go back on because I feel like I didn't enjoy them enough because I was so worried about moving on for the next part.